Good. The lovely Ali Sugars is in the house. Yay.
Hey.
How you going?
I'm good. How are you going?
I am very, very well. Thank you very much. How's your morning been?
It's been good, girlfriend. It's a busy one. It's always good to have a busy morning, isn't it?
Cool,
Busy
cool,
day.
cool. Yeah, it's been really interesting. I've had I just had Amanda Heel on before you. She's an amazing speaker.
I've
Love
been
her
popping in
story.
and out. I've seen some incredible speakers, some absolutely wonderful speakers, both today and yesterday.
Yeah, no, I'm really loving what's happening, and I'm loving the space. It's I don't know, I've just got, it's just great. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Anyway, what are we going to be talking about today, Miss Ali? 7 steps to being a passionate and confident leader.
Yes, girlfriend. Yes. So
Yeah,
how would you like to do it? Do you want me to get going or?
just do a bit of an intro, and then we'll
All
get
right,
so that
girlfriend.
people know all about you, because you have an amazing story, and you're just an amazing human.
Oh, right back at you.
Anyway, a little bit about Ali. I did give some information about her before and how we actually became into each other's proximity. So she is amazing and very heart-centered is our Ali. But if you're ready to be the confident leader of your business, then Ali is the lady for you. Do you have that passion that drives you to whatever it takes? You know, that feeling of shoulders back, boobs out, and says, "Here I am, world. I'm here. I'm doing something amazing. I'm passionate about what I do and who I serve." That passion that just stirs you, and every time you step back and think about what you've created from literally an idea or a dream. Ali has been through her fair share of troubles and tribulations. She's survived domestic violence, sexual abuse, workplace bullying, and sexual harassment. She has recovered from anxiety, depression, PTSD, and suicidal tendencies to now be able to confidently share her story with the vision that it will inspire and motivate other women in the knowledge that they too can empower themselves to overcome anything standing in their way of success. After leaving a successful, high-paying 10-year corporate career, Ali decided to follow her dream of helping other women who feel they need to rebuild themselves and their own confidence, to rediscover their incredible strengths and voice, and to start, build, and scale their own business. Ali now helps transform her clients to accelerate their confidence and go from the fear of stepping out and making sales to feeling totally empowered and fierce, successful business owners. Ali, it is such a pleasure to have you here. And I'm so looking forward to what you have to share with us.
Rose, it is a pleasure to be here because you know how much I love you, Rose. We've known each other for a little while. And I saw a little bit of the intro you did before. You were telling you we have worked together, you know, in the past. It's been wonderful. So I'm really grateful to be here and a part of your amazing summit too.
Thank you. Well, the floor, my darling, is yours.
Thank you so much. Okay, now am I able to share my screen? Because I put
Yes.
together a lovely presentation for you all, because you know I love to make things pretty. All right, so as Rose has just said, we are going to talk today about the 7 steps to being a passionate, confident leader. And you know, Rose just mentioned it, you know, like that it's the shoulders back, and I say boobs out, I want to say chest out, you know, here I am, I want to be really amazing, you know, and you want to own your business, right? Instead of just run it, you want to own it. And what I've deliberately used the word leader here because sometimes I think, you know, when we run our own business, the word leader, and even when we don't run our own business, the word leader can actually freak people out. Because, you know, we tend to see it as, you know, a leader of a large corporation, or, you know, you have to have a promotion in a job to be promoted to the status of leader, right? Or maybe we don't see ourselves as a leader because in business, we might be running a business by ourselves, right? And we're not seeing that leadership because we don't technically have anybody to lead. However, let me say this, you are leading not only yourself in your business, but you're also leading the clients that you have. So this is why I personally, you know, as someone who always wanted to be a leader myself, I really love this topic, you know, and I teach a lot on confidence. You're going to hear a lot about the word confidence as we go on. Now, you know, as Rose just said, so, you know, I have had my fair share of interesting, let's call it interesting life experiences, where, you know, I've very much lost myself as a person, and I've had to rebuild not only my own confidence, but I have had to learn to see myself as a leader, especially as a business owner. So again, this is why I'm so passionate about what I'm going to share with you today. So I've got heaps of value to share with you, so I'm going to get straight into it. Okay, so that is if my computer will work. Here we go. All right, so let's have a look at what the traits of a confident leader are. So the first one is integrity. So this is like, you know, to be a good leader, there has to be an integrity in everything that we do. Now, we've all heard the saying, you know, and it's a very relevant one, know, like, and trust. And leadership in business, and even to be in business, you have to have trust of your audience. And so this brings in the integrity role of it, right? So, you know, you will know that you are practicing integrity, and therefore your audience will know as well. And it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, just need to show integrity, right? So have integrity in everything that you do. And when you do this, your leadership abilities in themselves become really, really, really profound. Communication and influence. Now, this is really, really important when we're in business. You know, and it's communication with getting to know people. It's not just, you know, that communication in business of here I am, buy my stuff, right? We see a lot of that in business. And, you know, there's something that I know, I'm just going to say it. Part of the way I say things is a little bit blunt, Rose knows, is that there's nothing I dislike more than friending someone on Facebook or a social media platform, and then 2 seconds later getting a message going, hi, I'm in business, this is what I do. Do you want to book a free call with me or buy my stuff? And the answer is no, I don't, because you haven't taken the time to communicate with me and get to know me and, you know, influence me in a positive way. So this is why communication as a leader is so, so important. And the way I have managed to create, you know, a positive influence with people is, you know, when I connect with people, I just chat with them, you know, and this is what we all should be doing, is just chatting with people and getting to know them. And those people might not necessarily, and it's happened several times when those people haven't necessarily become my clients, but they have then gone and recommended someone to me who they have then become my clients. So communication and influence is a real big part of a trait of a leader. Another one is having self-awareness. So self-awareness that, you know, we have to be willing to go within ourselves as a leader to dive deep, right? And, you know, awareness of when we may have made a mistake, because we all make them. Maybe when things might need to improve. Sometimes we might need to have awareness when we, you know, if you're a coach like me, or if you're in a sales call, you might need to push a little harder, or sometimes have that self-awareness when you just need to back off a little bit. And it's a bit of a fine line, but the more that you open yourself up to having self-awareness as a leader, the more comfortable you're going to be in your leadership once you continue to practice it. A desire to learn. Life is a constant learning journey, right? It's constant learning. So my question to you is, are you prepared to continue on a learning journey? Or are you happy with your current knowledge to do, you know, what you truly, you know, or do you really truly desire to know more? Do you honestly desire to know more? With my Heart and Soul Business Academy, so I run, you know, a 4-month training course called the Heart and Soul Business Academy. I love, you know, part of developing my knowledge is not only studying in the background how I can deliver better products to my clients, but it's also asking them for feedback so I can learn from them on how I can better then provide a better service to future students coming into the academy. So, you know, that again speaks to that self-awareness. Gratitude. I know I've heard quite a few people in this summit already mention gratitude, and it is so important, you know. Gratitude attracts positivity for us all. So be grateful for those lessons that you learn in life. Be grateful for the ups and the downs and all the sideways experiences that we all have in business. And, you know, gratitude is something that I'm really big on, in particular because of, you know, my story and surviving all the things that Rose mentioned before. And so with gratitude, you know, celebrate the little, celebrate the big. The next one is courage. So it takes courage to be in business, right? It really does. It takes a certain type of person to go into business and do it each and every day, run it by ourselves. Most of us, or a lot of us, do it by ourselves. And sometimes it feels like you're walking a bit of a tightrope. But once you practice all the things that I've mentioned before and you get to the other side of that tightrope, that's when you can really start to sit, you know, your leadership and sit in that leadership and allow it to really shine. So these are the main traits of a leader. Okay, now I'm going to go through 7 tips on what you can now practice to be a confident leader in your business. So number 1 is decide what type of leader that you want to be. Who are you influenced by? So generally, you know, we're naturally influenced by the people that, you know, we will then go and model ourselves on. So, and this doesn't mean you want to be them, right? It's just that you've been drawn to them for a reason because you resonate with them. And so you will kind of, you know, like automatically just model ourselves on them. Someone for me, like, you know, I love to follow people like, you know, like Mel Robbins, like a beautiful lady who's into manifesting, like Sarah Prout, Marissa Peer. So there's a bunch of beautiful people that I love to follow. And someone that, you know, I am strongly influenced by is the first one I mentioned, Mel Robbins. And the reason for that is because she's, you know, she's got a really upfront manner. She's got a no BS attitude. And, you know, but it's all with love and care. And so I model my leadership on her. I don't want to be her, but I'm influenced by her. So think about who are you influenced by as a leader. And also then think about your own leadership strengths. Are you a communicator, a motivator, or an executor? So a communicator is someone who's maybe a natural networker. Do you get your energy from being around people? You know, now that doesn't mean that you have to be necessarily an extrovert or an introvert. It doesn't matter. But communicators are people who can naturally, you know, quite naturally get their message across. And they really just get energy from having people all around them. A motivator is maybe someone who loves to give advice, but not only give advice, but encourage people and motivate people. Like it's what it says, right? It's a motivator. The executor is someone who is a very organized person who likes to get things done. I might suggest that would be you, Rose, because I know how organized and amazing you are with your organization. It's incredible. Running this whole summit says it all. And you know, with these 3 different leadership strengths, most of us will stand out with 1 or maybe 2 of these. So for me, I know that, you know, I would say that I'm naturally a motivator. I have a heart for encouraging people and motivating people, just getting them to kind of see how amazing that they are. I'm also, I would say maybe the second one, I'm a communicator. I get my energy from being around people, but I also get my energy from spending time alone. So I would say that, you know, I'm a motivator / communicator. When it comes to the third one, I'm not so good at it, but I recognize it. And so I know that's something that I need to improve on. And so within our leadership strength, we can maybe work towards incorporating all three into our leadership. And as I said, you're going to be a natural at one, maybe two of those, but when you work towards and learn to incorporating all three, that's when it's going to become a really powerful feeling for you. Number two is stepping into the uncomfortable, right? Doing the things that scare the crap out of you. I don't know if we're allowed to swear, Rose, so I'm being careful. But, you know, this is things that might scare you because, you know, even though you know you have to do them, like there are things we have to do to succeed in business, right? And so with these things, they might be things like, you know, even going live on Facebook. A lot of the people that I work with, they, you know, they're scared because they want to kind of keep hiding and not go live on Facebook or even get themselves out there on social media. So here's what I say, step into the uncomfortable. You don't have to do it all at once. You can do it one step at a time or a few steps at a time. But make sure that you are doing it on a regular basis. You can practice, or I maybe should have changed this, but get guidance if it's not necessarily going live, or if it might be something like putting a course together, or, you know, putting an ebook together or writing a book, whatever it is. Get guidance from a mentor or a colleague, someone else who understands what it's like to be in business. You know, you might already have a coach. You might need to find a coach or a mentor that can help you with that. But don't be afraid to get guidance and be open to receive that guidance from them as well. Again, you know, it's most likely going to be someone who's been there and done it before. And it's also good to sometimes have that third party who's outside of the situation, if that makes sense. Your achievements, right, are going to make you stronger as a leader in your mindset, 100%. Like me, as someone who was probably around the time that I met you, Rose, actually, I was dead scared to do lives. And like I would go live on Facebook, or it was on Facebook that I'd go live, and I was like a robot because I was really scared. I didn't yet know who I was, let alone understand my leadership ability. But now, because I've kind of taken one step at a time and I've gotten advice from a mentor, now I literally train people on Zoom and via Facebook Lives for a living. And I spend a lot of my time on social media, just like we are now, doing lives. So in that sense, for me, stepping into the uncomfortable really helped develop my leadership skills. But like I said, it doesn't have to be a Facebook Live. It can be other aspects of your business as well. But, you know, hone into what you're scared of, and allow yourself to step into that uncomfortableness, if that's even a word. Number 3 is affirm your leadership ability. So, you know, this speaks to that gratitude. Affirm yourself daily. And I know, you know, this is something that a lot of people say, but it is part of leadership. Tell yourself how amazing and how wonderful you are, because you are amazing. You are wonderful. And, you know, I personally think that it's often more important for us to tell ourselves that so that we can believe it than it is to hear it from other people. Although it's wonderful to hear it from other people. I mean, who doesn't want to hear that you're amazing from other people? But make sure you affirm yourself. Have a consistent daily routine, right? We've heard about the morning routine, the afternoon routine, and as a leader, this helps you create discipline for yourself. So this can, you know, your daily routine, if you're not already doing it, I know that, you know, in business, it's because we're doing it for ourselves, we can be tempted, and I've been there, we can be tempted to get up at whatever time in the morning and start whenever and finish wherever. But give yourself a specific routine that you can follow. So not only does your body and your mind know what to expect, right? So have that specific morning routine. Set yourself up for success. Maybe know what you're going to do within your business on a daily basis, and then have an evening routine as well that you follow. So again, your body and your mind are prepared and you're ready to go. Practice accountability. Now, this I love, because this is something that I say often, is that just because we run a business, we may run a business by ourselves, it doesn't mean that we have to do it all by ourselves. So practice accountability, be accountable, allow yourself to be accountable to other people. And again, whether that is a mentor or a colleague, or you've been in a course and you've got an accountability partner, check in with these people on a regular basis. So I have an accountability partner who I did a course with, this lady about 4 years ago now, and we still have an accountability call every single Monday morning. Still we do. And what I love is, while we run very separate businesses and they're very different to each other, when we need it, we will kind of, encourage each other. And if we need it, give each other a loving kick up the bum too, when we need it, right? Okay, come on, you said you'd do this, you didn't do it, why not? So that's part of allowing, what am I trying to say? Accountability is certainly going to help your leadership ability. Number 4, we're up to number 4, daily learning. Now, we've mentioned learning a little bit before. And so when you do learn on a daily basis, try and implement as many of these areas into your learning as you can. So your expertise. So how can you grow on what you already know or what you already sell? If it's a product, right? You might want to, how can you improve your product? But how can you grow on what you already know, your expertise? So daily, I'm, looking at, I'm a social media expert. So daily, I'm looking at how I can help people in their business, how I can help people with social media, how I can help people in their mindset, which takes me to, what can you learn about your niche or your industry, and the people, what can you learn about the people that you serve? So this is going to help your message become a lot clearer. Your business skills. How can you hone in your business skills, right? We all know that business isn't just about doing what you love. There's all these other aspects to business. You've got to do the marketing, the sales, the organization, the social media. You're the face of your business. You got to work behind the scenes in your business, all of that. So how can you learn more about one or all of those different aspects on a regular basis? And this is why I love what I do so much in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, because it is a very holistic thing that I teach. It's not just the marketing. Yes, that's the business skills, but there's also the mindset and the goal setting as well in there. So that all speaks to all those different aspects of being in business. And gather valuable resources that you can use in your business and that you can share with your clients as well. So, read books, listen to podcasts. I'm big on audiobooks at the moment. I love a good audiobook. Listen to other people's interviews, trainings, summits, just like these summits, that you get some amazing training from a bunch of incredible speakers in these summits. This is why I love doing the summit so much all the time. And so you can come back and you can revisit these resources, but you can also share them with your audience. It's extra value that you're providing to your audience by sharing these resources with them. So daily learning is number 4. Number 5 is building and developing relationships. And we've touched on this a little bit already. In creating genuine connections. People want to buy from real people. So this is, like I said before, it's not just, connecting with them on socials and then, dumping in their inbox and going, here, buy my stuff. It's like create a genuine connection with them first. It's so important, network, go to networking events, enjoy these networking events. And then nurture the connections. People these days are a lot less inclined to buy from large corporations. And I think, don't get me wrong, people will, but a lot of people in the circle that I'm in, a lot of people now will specifically search out small businesses because they want to support small businesses, right? So as leaders, we need to nurture our audience, these people that are looking to support those small businesses. They want us to nurture them. They want us to romance them, if you like, right? So that then they will decide that, yeah, we're the people, or you're the person that they want to buy from. Whoops. So collaborate with like-minded leaders. There's nothing that I love more than a good collaboration, right? And I say this all the time, you've probably heard it, but collaboration over competition all the way. So, I think I heard, Rose, you mentioned before, you were talking about healing through love, how we used to collaborate, with you, me, and Charlene, our dear friend Charlene. So that was a collaboration of love, because something that we all had in common. We're all business leaders, and we collaborated in this amazing way. And another collaboration that I have at the moment, is with, I think, a speaker who's coming up a little bit later, Susie Manley. We are very similar in our businesses, but we have collaborated together. We're not in competition with each other, it's in collaborations, because we're supporting each other in what we do. And it's a powerful way to build your leadership skills as well, because you're going to learn from that other person. They're going to learn from you. You are seen as someone, definitely seen as the expert in your business, because you are collaborating with someone as well, with a like-minded leader. So collaborations are powerful. Those relationships in themselves are powerful. Number 6 is manage your time effectively. I love time management. Oddly, as someone who's not naturally very good at it, I've learned to love it. That's why I laugh at this one. Have daily organization in your business. You want to wake up every morning to know what you're doing, rather than that fly by the seat of your pants feeling, which is what I used to have in business. It was kind of like, what am I going to do today? I don't know. I'll try that and I'll try this. Know what you're doing. Sort your week out at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the week. Know what you're doing every single day. So you can wake up and you go, okay, today I'm speaking at an incredible summit that the wonderful Rose Davidson is holding. Think things like that. And so mentally you can wake up prepared to step into that leadership role that you want to have. This one is really important for business owners. Have clear professional boundaries. And I think this is something that we all, we all need to learn. And for me personally, something that I have learned to very much hone this skill, because, for me, it used to be, I'll work, 18 hours a day for 6 days a week. And of course, I was exhausted. And some people love that, some people thrive on that. But my boundary was that, I wasn't setting boundaries. I was, getting up in the middle of the night to do a webinar or a training session, or to attend it, so I could learn. And I was taking on clients at 8 p.m. at night when I'd be working since 7:30 in the morning, And so I was finding that I wasn't setting my boundaries enough to keep my energy up that I needed to. So whatever it is, in my boundaries were in time management, right? Were in not working so much and having more organization in my day. So think about, what are your boundaries that you need to set? They might be different to what mine are, and that's fine, but understand what they are and stick to them. That's part of being a leader. If people see that, if people see that you're willing to stretch those boundaries, they will try and take advantage of it. So as a leader, you have to have clear boundaries and practice them as well. Remember, you don't have to do it all yourself. If you can outsource where necessary. So, and when I say outsource, you can do things like automate. You might be able to automate some amazing things. or schedule your social media, or however you want to do it. You can hire a virtual assistant if that's something that you're looking to do. I have a VA, she is incredible. Or, you know, outsource a project. If you have a specific project you're working on, like developing a website, can you outsource that and get someone to build it for you rather than try and fart ass around in the back like I tried to do once and do it yourself? If you want to set up a podcast, get Rose to do it. She's the expert at that, right? If you want to run a podcast, outsource it. Get Rose to help you do it. Isn't that right, Rose? I got the thumbs up. Something else that you can outsource is your finances. You might want to hire a bookkeeper. You know, I don't love the finance part of it. So, you know, I'm happy to outsource to a bookkeeper. But, you know, outsourcing what you can will certainly help you, you know, with your daily time management as well, and help you to do what you love in your business. Number 7, lucky last, is remember that you are your business. You are the face of your business. You are the leader of your business. So practice your leadership. Everything we've just spoken about, practice it on a daily basis. And as you practice it more and more, your leadership muscles will build. Like I said, you know, when I started my business, I was, and Rose so accurately described me in an interview we did recently. She described me as when we first met, a little mouse, a timid mouse hiding in the corner. And I was not the leader of my business at all. I had no idea what I was doing. But, you know, in the 5 years that I've been in business, you know, I've practiced everything, and I continue to practice everything we've spoken about today. And every single day that leadership ability or that leadership muscle grows. And so this can happen for you as well. Oh, I love this one. Don't allow yourself with excuses. Drop the excuses. We give ourselves a lot of excuses for whatever reason it is. For me, there was an excuse of, you know, well, you know, there has been an excuse of, well, I had no money. So I couldn't do any courses, or I couldn't afford any help. Another excuse I was saying was, well, I've already run businesses before. I already know how it works, and I can do it all by myself. These were literally things I was saying to myself. A third excuse I was giving myself was, I don't need social media. I have a website. These are things I was saying to myself. And here's the irony of all that now. Right, is that I dropped eventually, and it took me a while, I dropped all those excuses. And even though it was an investment, I hired a coach, and I've worked with some incredible coaches, and realized that I knew nothing. The excuse of I've already run a business, I can do it by myself, was totally incorrect, because I knew nothing, right? And so now I'm relieved that not only have I been able to grow my knowledge, I'm relieved that I didn't do it all myself, because I did go and get that help and that support and learn lots. And now the biggest irony of all is, instead of avoiding social media, I teach it. What the heck? Who thought that was going to happen? I never did. But here I am, you know, so don't allow yourself these excuses, and think about, like, you know, like I said, be open, have that self-awareness, be open to the excuses that, whatever they are, that you might be giving yourself. Because what I love is that as I've managed to step into my leader, I have watched so many people do the same, and I've helped them do the same. Like, you know, up level in their direct sales companies to the director, and then, you know, up level a bunch of teamies underneath them to directors as well. You know, I've seen people go from earning absolutely no money in their business to having their biggest sales months ever, and going into a sales call and upselling by 100%, which just freaks me out, but it's amazing, right? I've seen people campaign for their local electorate as well as run their own businesses. You know, and these people, what they're doing is they're stepping into their true leadership because they're not allowing those excuses anymore. So it's definitely this feeling of feel the fear and do it anyway. Powerful, powerful stuff. And you know what? Be you. Be amazing. Be authentic. Remember authenticity. Be you. Don't try and be anyone that you're not. Be your brand. You are your business. You are your brand. Get visible on social media because it does work. And show people how incredible you are, because you're in business for a reason. And so this I think is the most powerful thing that you can do as a leader, is just be you, be your authentic true self. So I would love to, you know, if you've loved this, you know, I work as a business empowerment coach. And if you're interested, you'd like to know more about working with me, or more about the Heart and Soul Business Academy, I'd love to invite you to book a call. I see Rose has put my link tree in there. You can book a call through that link. It's a no obligation 30-minute chat. We'll find out where you are in business. I'll give you a couple of tips and we'll talk about whether we're a good fit to work together. And so as I saw Rose, beautiful Rose, has already put the link tree on there, and I'll just pop this up so you can do, because we've got to have the good old QR code as well, don't we? I love a good QR code. We all know what they are now. So thank you, Rose. That's me.
Amazing, amazing, Ali. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was, I loved it. It was wonderful.
Oh,
It's, yeah, no, I love your branding. I think it's wonderful. Look, it's like you've just come in leaps and bounds since just this year even. It's you've just up leveled so much, and so proud of you.
Oh, thanks. And you know, it was really funny. I remember that day when we were having that interview, because I was being interviewed on your podcast. And I remember you saying, I'll never forget those words, and they just stuck with me. You said, I'm like a shy little mouse. And I went, yeah. And I wanted to be offended, but I couldn't be. Because that was so true.
Yes, you were just so quiet and so unassuming, and just always in the background, but always with a smile on your face. I mean, that's not changed, but yeah, you've just become the leader that you should have always been.
Oh, thank you, darling. And that's why I have such a passion for sharing that with others, because look, honestly, I know that if I can do it, anybody can do it, you know. And you know, Rose, you know, you've been through some stuff yourself, and you know, look at you leading a whole summit. You know, this is incredible. I'm like, same to you. I was like, this is incredible, Rose. You go, girlfriend.
Thanks.
And yeah, so it is a passion. It is a real passion to particularly help people with their confidence again, because it's something that I've really had to work on myself, which is why I have such passion for helping others do it. So I see, especially over the last couple of years with all this coronavirus stuff, a lot of people have lost the confidence for whatever reason. Might have lost their jobs, you know, their business might be suffering because of coronavirus or whatever it is. But yeah, it's my passion. So thank you.
I know. What's coming up next for Miss Ali Sugars?
Miss Ali Sugars, well, oh my goodness, so what isn't coming up? So we have a virtual expo coming up in early November, which I'm very excited, which, by the way, Rose is a sponsor for. That is where you can literally have, you know, like a stall album, and come and promote yourself for 3 days straight in our virtual expo. And you will find all these links to all these different things on that link tree link as well. And then we have just opened the doors for round 3 of the Heart and Soul Business Academy for 2023. So I'm really excited about that one.
Yes, and you and Miss Susie are doing something together.
Oh yes, oh my God, she'd kill me if I didn't mention that. Susie Manley, who is, I think she's coming up speaking later today, isn't she? So yes, we are running a virtual retreat in January, which is 2 full days of, you know, talking through all different aspects. We're doing, you know, mindset, goal setting, networking, I've got to try and think of them all. Automation, content creation, marketing, all kinds of things. So 2 full days. And I think I have to add that link. I need to add that link into the
tree. Yeah, it's good idea. Yay.
Thank you.
And the cost is a no-brainer, honestly.
Yes, yeah. So the cost is it's kind of, so you have a choice whether you are a VIP or a general ticket. The cost rises for general tickets every time you want to purchase a ticket. It rises by $5. So again, I'll pop the link so you can go and watch the live that we did that explains how it all works. And the VIP ticket, you know, that started, I think it was at $197, and it rises by $10 every time someone purchases a ticket. So I have to be honest, I'm not sure where it's at the moment. But yes, but you'll be, if you have any questions about that, feel free to contact me or Susie Manley. Well, we can certainly let you know and give you those links. But yes, I will make sure I add that link to my link tree so Susie doesn't kill me.
Hi, Ellie, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your leadership tips with us. It's something that we all, I think, sometimes take for granted, and we don't really think about the steps that we need to take to actually be good leaders.
Yeah, and like I said at the start, I think that often because we do run businesses by ourselves, or a lot of us do, we don't see ourselves as leaders.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you do start to kind of get in that frame of mind, then you go, oh wait, actually I am the leader. I'm the leader of me, but I'm also the leader of my clients. And it's a whole new what do I want to say? It's just a whole new level of mindset when you can actually hone in on that leadership skill. So yeah, it's great.
And confidence is so important. You know, if you're not confident, you can't impart confidence. Other people won't be confident in you if you don't display confidence in yourself.
Exactly. And you know what? And this is what I have learned myself is having confidence doesn't mean you have to be perfect. People will see, like, you know, I used to get really discouraged when I would watch these webinars by these people who would go, you know, they would go for a whole hour and a half and not make a mistake. And I used to let that affect my confidence because, you know, I speak and I say and I say but the difference is the way I've been able to develop my confidence and the way I help people develop theirs is to allow them to just be themselves. You know, and don't worry if you say or don't worry if you make a mistake. Just do it. We're all human. We all make mistakes. So yeah, confidence doesn't have to mean perfection.
True, absolutely. And one of the things that I need to learn is not to be so perfect. This summit has taught me not to be perfect, trust me.
And it's a great summit, Rose, you know, and that's what I mean. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you make mistakes, most of us in business will go, yep, I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Ellie, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. I've absolutely enjoyed being in your little space here because, yeah, even though I might be coming to Adelaide next year, so I will see you then, definitely for hugs.
Oh, yeah, and you'll be getting a big hug from me, girlfriend. I'll bowl you over.
All right, you have a rest. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you
and
so
I'll
much.
talk to you very soon.
All right, darling. Bye.